Thank you. Yeah, great. Yeah, so my name is, my online persona name is Edwin, and my real name, you can just find it in our website. It's Otman. Um, and I'm the main founder and CEO of Ninetales. So Ninetales is a gaming company that we just created with a clear goal, which is to make the best card game that has an NFT part on top of it, and with a long-term vision, which is becoming, let's say, the Magic the Gathering or the poker of the metaverse. In a sense, we want our game to be fun to play, to be very competitive, but also like open for casuals to just have fun from time to time. And we also want our game to have a blockchain part on top of it, but not to be kind of a DeFi product masquerading as a game. We want it to be open to even people who don't know anything about blockchain, people who don't know what a wallet is. But with this NFT part on top of it, if at some point they want to sell their assets or they want to claim their tokens or things like that, they can do that by linking their account to their wallet and start playing with the blockchain part. Yeah, so maybe I can talk a bit about what we've done up to now and what we plan on doing, or we can just jump into questions. It's really as you guys feel. Sure. Sure. So for the team, the main founders, myself, I am a researcher in decentralized algorithms, and I've also did content creation around NFTs, around a lot around play to earn games also. Yeah. Um, and so, but while doing this content creation and everything, I started being a bit frustrated by the way the crypto world was kind of um, getting into gaming, specifically with the tokenomics part, because I really felt like the tokenomics were off, and that they were leading to kind of a Ponzi scheme or pyramid scheme kind of systems. Although it was probably not intentional, but this was the facts of the matter. And so, with some friends and also my co-founders, we decided to begin this project. So there is so right now we are close to 20 people. But there are four founders. So myself, a professional poker player, blockchain engineer, and an artist from Riot Games, ex Ubisoft, who has many years of experience in the game industry. And in the team we have game developers, of course, artists, community managers, and really people doing many things such as collab managers and these kind of things that you have in general in NFT projects. We are also hiring. We are hiring more game developers and artists. So each day we grow larger. And basically our idea was to do this NFT game, and the way we started was by selling a Genesis collection. And it was really just to test the waters, to see if people are interested, if we can if this idea is appealing to some people. And it was. So we sold out in December, without so yeah, it was 500, and we sold out at 0.05. And yeah, I'll just maybe link the collection in the chat. I didn't check the floor price today, but yeah, 0.76 now. So what happened is that we sold out the collection, but clearly the money we got from by selling out 500 NFTs at 0.05 is not something that you can use to build a full-fledged NFT game with very good like graphics and hire a lot of artists and everything. So what we said is that now we have this small Genesis collection. We will start looking for partners, so VCs, advisors. We are totally doxed. We have a good team. We have a good vision. We have a business plan. We have everything set up. So we started looking for people. We got a very good VC with us. So Agli Ventures, they are French VC. They invested in very big companies early on, such that Airbnb, Spotify, Slack, and many more. You can find them in their website. And we got some good advisors, such as Frédéric Arnault is the CEO of the company Tag Heuer, one of the best, largest watches brands in the world, and he's also a big NFT enthusiast. And we have also some other advisors that we didn't announce yet, such as one of a very, very big project in the space, who is also one of our advisors. So yeah, and with that, we just started building. And the idea was, yeah, let's take these VCs and these guys and ask them for some help, but in order to not give too much power and too much control to the VCs, we just asked for enough money to build an alpha version of the game and to do our next NFT sale, like for the marketing and to start, basically to let the ball start rolling. And this is what we did, and with that, we got a first investment, a small investment, but enough to build an alpha version. So at least we know that we will have this alpha version of the game. We know that we can hire artists. We know that we can do marketing around our next phase, and this is the part where we're in now. We are building the alpha version of the game. We are at the same time hiring more and more people, and at the same time we are preparing our next phase, which will be a bit larger, so 4,400 NFTs.
Okay, and the next collection will be at what price?
So we didn't announce the price, but it will be less than 0.1 basically.
Okay, cool. And where came the idea of like 9 tails? I saw the mediums like 9 realms, 9 wars, but is that anything to do, like that said, with the fox, the Kurama fox from the Japanese culture?
Not really. It's just that we were thinking of a number because because basically for the card game we wanted to have like different types of decks, just like in Magic the Gathering you have colors, and in every card game you have, and so we wanted to link this to something, and so linking them to different races made sense, and then we decided what type of races we wanted, and 9 races was good, so we decided to divide it like that into 9 races. Each race with its own story. They all live in the same in the same big planet basically, and it's very much inspired by classical fantasy such as Lord of the Ring, like Game of Thrones and those kind of things. So this is for the lore part, and also it serves the game because we will have 9 different races, so 9 different archetype of decks, basically, 9 different kind of cards. So each race will have its own cards, and so that was the reason behind this.
All right, cool. And those, like you told me, 4,000 more NFTs, are there gonna be like a link to the lore or completely different? I mean to link to the previous collection or a completely different one?
No, they will be kind of linked to the previous collection. They will look like the previous collection, and here is something a kind of important, which is that our NFTs, they are not the cards that you will play with. They are kind of like a pass that you will be holding in the game, and it will give you boosted utility. So a lot more tokens, a lot more cards. This will give you access to our tournaments that we will do with free entry and good prize pools. So basically, the NFTs are not just cards in the game; they are much more than that. And we actually just put out an article about this. It's kind of helped push the price even higher of the NFTs. So this article outlines basically all the benefits of holding the NFT collection, either the Genesis one that we already sold out or the phase 1 that is coming.
All right. Here we have the order asking, I've seen that most of the concept of the game have been talked about in the Discords, but has the team taken any concrete steps toward implementation of any component of the game in terms of proof of concept?
Yeah. We are because we are already pretty advanced in making the alpha version of the game. So I cannot leak too much, but maybe I can find some picture or something like that, because we will be putting out a teaser, a gameplay teaser. So I don't want to leak this too much. Yeah, maybe I can show this one. So this is, for example, the board of the game. It's not the final one. We are still doing a few different things on it. There will still be differences when the teaser comes out. But yeah, so we built a good chunk of the alpha version already, and we believe that we still have like 2 to 3 months basically of work before putting out the alpha version of the game. And this alpha version will only be playable by the NFT holders, and it will help us to get feedback from them and see how if they like the game, what they like, what they don't like about it. But it will also be kind of a reward to them, because we want to organize a lot of tournaments on this alpha version, where basically you play for free and you have a chance of winning money if you win. And so this is one of the utilities that we have in the article.
Okay, and when I'm thinking alpha and thinking like you're already like going to do tournament, maybe also people like finding bugs and helping you, giving you ideas might win some stuff too.
Yes, this is also in the article. So the main goal when doing an alpha version is really to find bugs and stuff that is maybe too broken, or cards that are too strong or too weak, or things like that. So we will be getting feedback from our holders, which are building the game with us, and once once we finish the alpha version and we want to put out the beta version, we will have a small surprise for the people who helped by giving us feedback.
All right. And so yeah, since like a lot of modern play to earn game card are like pay to win. I've seen an article. Can you develop on that? What's going to be your anti-pay to win reward system?
Yeah. So our main idea is that each card will have different versions. So basically, bronze, silver, gold, and so on. And buying the lowest rarity version will not cost too much. So anyone would be able to play with the rarest rarity version, and we will also be giving some free cards for people to start and everything. And if you hold the NFTs, you will get a lot of free cards anyway. But then you can basically take a card which is a bronze version and upgrade it to a diamond version or a gold version. And when doing this upgrade, your card doesn't get stronger. It actually stays exactly the same in the game. The only thing that is different is that if you win by holding a gold card, you will be earning more than if you win by holding a bronze card.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the main idea. And with this, basically, if you can pour thousands of dollars into the game, but you won't be stronger than someone who just put $50. And however, you will be able to earn more through the game if you pour more money in it.
Okay, of course. And yeah, I think one of your goals is going to be like the leading crypto TCG card, right? Game. And what makes you different from other like card game already existing?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question. So there are two main things that I think are done wrong. And this, I talked a bit about it in the tokenomics part. So I think that the main thing and the main problem with a lot of the card games that exist now, and there aren't that many actually, NFT card games, is that like you look at the game and 90%, 95% of it is gameplay that already exists in other non-crypto card games. And this is not just card games. In a lot of other games, it's the case, but card games, especially, it's really apparent. So the NFT card game, I don't want to name them. Basically, you take any NFT card game and you look at it and you scrap the design elements, the art element and everything, and you look just to the gameplay, and you find that it's actually just a Hearthstone or a Legends of Runeterra with different art and different designs. And by doing this, I think that it really makes these games focus only on the NFT part. Basically, the only thing that they are bringing in is they have a crypto part on top of them. What we want to do, and we think it's really important, is to bring a new and fun gameplay that doesn't exist in other card games. It is really original. And with this, we bring also an NFT part. So we are not solely relying on us being an NFT product or having an NFT part
Okay.
to market ourselves.
That could be like the main difference, and make you the leading one then.
We hope so.
Let me check. Yeah, Daddy's gonna come on stage. He has a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
Hello, my son. Glad to be here. I have a few questions since I play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh.
Wow.
So yeah, I was like, damn, he not mentioning Yu-Gi-Oh there, just like Magic and poker. Okay, I'm kidding. I love Magic.
No problem.
How big is RNG gonna play a part of you in your game? Like since Hearthstone, pretty much the game got destroyed after RNG.
Yeah, we won't have this kind of RNG. We are really trying to build. In terms of RNG, I would say it would be more closer to Legends of Runeterra or Magic the Gathering. We are also having, so this is our very first game mode, which is pretty much a 1v1 with a ranked system and everything. But for the longer term, so not this year, we are also building other game modes where basically you would be able to play against many opponents instead of just one opponent and everything. And in those, maybe the RNG might be a bit higher because it's more geared toward casuals. But for the first game mode that we are working on and that will be in the alpha version and also in the open beta by the end of the year, it won't have that much RNG. I mean, there is always the RNG of card draw, mulligan.
Yeah, obviously. But that's not RNG. That's just card.
That's just how. Yeah,
that's
just how
game works.
Card games. This is just like how card games are. But with regards to effects, we are really limiting the effect of RNG inside the game.
Are we gonna do is the base gonna be solely turn-based? That means one player's turn and the other one has no interaction whatsoever, or is it more like Magic with like instant spells?
We will have instant spells. The only thing is that I don't know if we will put them in the alpha version. For sure, they will be in the beta version. But for the alpha version, it will depend on how quickly we can advance. Because we basically made the gameplay for the creatures now in our alpha version, and now we are working on adding spells. So we basically have two kinds of spells, just like in Magic: sorcery speed and instant speed. Exactly. And so we started with the sorcery speed, and then we will. But with regards to turns, there is kind of some differences with other games. One of them, I can talk about it because we actually made an article about it, is that basically in our game, there is you don't have an attacking turn and a defending turn. So in each turn, you attack and defend at the same time. You have to first choose your cards, the cards with which you want to attack, and your opponent also does the same, but you don't know what he's choosing. When you confirm your attackers and he also confirms his attackers, then you have to choose your defenders among the cards that you didn't use to attack, and he has to do the same. And so with this, we think that it already adds kind of a level of interaction that doesn't exist in other card games. And this is just one of many differences that we have with other card games, right?
And is it going to be multiple board? Like since the screenshot you shared looks like a multiple board kind of game, similar to Artifact.
I wouldn't say that it's like Artifact, but the multiple boards is exact. It's and it's not like Gwent either, where you have like a front row and back row.
Exactly.
No. The multiple boards is really just because you have an attacking part and a defending part. So you first choose your attackers, which will attack your opponent, and then you choose your defenders, which have to defend against your opponent.
And it's going to be a mana-based system. So like it's going to be where we have to hard draw the lands, for example, or is it going to be a turn-based mana-based system like Hearthstone?
Well, it is a different system.
It's a different system. Okay.
I can't spoil it, but yeah, it's a different system. This is one of the parts that we're excited about, and we're actually looking forward to the alpha version, because with the feedback of people and everything, we'll see if the system is actually adds to the fun of the game, or if maybe we have to tune it down or change some things in it.
Interesting.
And what's like or they're asking what's the timeline on releasing some gameplay, like as in demo of the alpha also?
So gameplay footage will be out before the mint of the phase 1, and then the alpha version will be after the mint of the phase 1, basically. So before the mint, we'll have we try to have as many gameplay footage as we can, but at least there will be a teaser with some animations and stuff like that. And if we can also like show a whole match, then we'll do it, or part of a match, then we'll do it. But the thing is, one of the things that we're still working on is kind of all these animations, and how, like, when a card hits another card, like what kind of stuff appears, and when you use a spell, what kind of animation, what things light up and everything, so that things look nice. So although like the mechanics of the game are already coded in, we don't want to like just show basically cards without any animations interacting or something like that.
I have another question, if I may ask.
Yeah.
Do you already have plans regarding patches / power creep? Because most games are going to get power creeped over time. So
So our main idea is that we will try to not like minimize the number of nerfs and patches as much as possible, because since those are NFT cards, you don't want people to buy a card and then the card gets changed and then it's useless. So what we plan on doing is on having expansions on a very regular basis, and to try basically, and always like if there is some patch or something to do it very quickly. And then after that, if there is some archetype that appears to be too powerful in the meta, to try and combat this archetype by putting out specific cards in the next expansion, basically. So that's how we are approaching our game design.
Isn't that a little dangerous in a sense of like, since like if you look at Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic has rotations and Yu-Gi-Oh has a ban list.
We will have rotations too. We will have rotations.
Okay.
But rotations will come at least a year and a half after the first expansion, because you need to have a certain amount of cards before you start rotating. If you look at even Hearthstone, I think they waited 2 years before starting rotation. So
yeah, for sure.
But there will be rotations, and what we plan on doing is that we want to have still some cards that stay or that come back, even if you do rotations, like from a modern to historic or stuff like that, to have some cards that come back from time to time, so that even if you bought a card like say 2 years ago, it still has some value and you can still play it from time to time in the standard format. It's kind of also, I think Magic does it too, but they do it in a different way where they reprint the cards, so you have to buy them again. But yeah.
Are you going to release the cards in a sort of booster way set, or is it just all going to be minted at the start and we have to play with these cards? Or how do you approach of getting new players into the game?
So there will be boosters, booster packs. If you hold the NFTs, you will be airdropped a bunch of them. And if you hold the NFTs, you will also have priority in buying them. The thing is, we will only be creating a finite number of booster packs. So I will not say what the exact number is, but yeah, it will just be a finite number. And after that, if the idea is that if there are a lot of players that come in the game, and so the price of cards starts being too high, and so the entry point starts being too high, we will allow players who are playing the game, we will allow them to to get cards while playing. So there will be a drop rate for cards while playing. And the idea is that, for example, you bought a card and you are playing with it, and you have a good rarity version of this card. When you win a game, in general, you will win some tokens. But if we see that there are a lot of players coming in, we will tune in a parameter so that you are not only getting tokens, you will also be getting cards on top of the tokens. And these cards you can sell them, and by selling them, you will drop the entry price of the game. So the price of, basically the floor price of the cards will drop. People will be able to get into the game, but at the same time, the players who were here before will be getting money because they are creating the new cards.
Isn't that a little bit of a bottleneck that you might officially create there? Since when the players are not fast enough to respond to the demand that the game puts out. So, for example, prices are just going to be artificially inflated, if that makes sense.
No, because it really depends on how many cards we drop. I mean, if we drop you 10 cards each game,
Okay,
for
that's
2
different.
weeks,
Yeah, for sure.
our idea, the way we want to do it is that on the long term to just have an oracle who does this. So basically we just say, hey, we always want the price of the cards in the market to be around, for example, $1 for the entry price of a card or something like that. And then the oracle will tune in how much cards people are getting, so that there is always people putting cards in the market, and we don't go too much above $1. But at the beginning we will be doing it ourselves. So if we see that there is a big influx of people coming in, we will just say, hey, now we are dropping cards, so you can sell them, you can make money, and we can make the price of our cards lower so that people can get in without paying too much.
Makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Those were good questions. That.
Yeah,
I told you I have a few. This is my shit. Like,
Yeah.
card games is my shit.
That's better
Not this-
for me having someone who knows more, because I'm not at all into card games, but that's great for everyone.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Does anyone have, like, for my side, like, everything is clear? I'm seeing, like, Muka is typing. If other people want to come in the voice and ask questions, they're welcome to.
I have a question if nobody wants to answer.
Go ahead.
What is the amount of time that you plan per round? Like, how? What on average you look out for a game? Like, how long does it take?
So we are looking at we are trying to look for an average game of exactly 7 minutes, which is quite quick. But we don't know if it will be like that. But we are especially trying to look for not too much variance. So we don't want to have games that last too long, because our main goal is that at the beginning it will be on PC, but then it will be on mobile, and we want people to be able to play, like, if they have 10 minutes, they can just start a game and they know that they will finish it in those 10 minutes.
All right. So, but then are you going to support different type of game styles? Because I'm more of a mid-range control player myself, and if you say 7 minutes and you don't want to really go over that, is there even a chance for me to play a control deck?
Oh yeah. I think there will be chances to play the control deck. It just depends on, like, the power level and everything. Some control decks, like if you look at Magic, some control decks, if you want to play against them, you can play for 45 minutes. But basically after 9 minutes, you already know that you lost. It will just take for you 45 minutes to lose. But our idea is to cut this, like, 30 minutes of waiting if you are stubborn, and just say, hey, the control deck got to the late game and basically you lost, like, because he managed to get his win condition.
Are we, since you say it's waiting for a win condition, are we going to have something like fatigue, or is it just going to be deck out death?
Okay, this we didn't talk about this, like, we didn't leak this, but yeah, there will be a fatigue system basically.
And
yeah.
maybe for those who are not used to card game, what is a fatigue system?
So it's basically the idea that after a certain number of rounds, you will just start losing health.
Okay.
Each round, to make the game go faster. Basically, if you get to a certain round, both players start losing health, so that they can't just stall the game forever. There is also other systems where, like, it depends, if you draw all your cards, then you just die or you start losing health. But yeah, even this is not enough, because if you have a deck that can put back cards in the deck, you can just keep drawing cards indefinitely.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, sorry, I got carried away there. I didn't explain it.
No, but
Yes, same.
I mean, I know, this one I know, but like sometimes on different topics, no one knows everything. So just to clarify for the audience, also, it's always great. And that's also my host role to to ask those questions.
Is there going to be an advantage of going first or second, like the coin in Hearthstone?
That's a good question, and it will really depend. So I think so we are still looking into this. It's really hard to pinpoint if the advantage is enough to warrant like giving a coin or giving a card or giving something like that. So I can't answer it because frankly we are still trying things to look into this.
Yeah, for sure. That's like the hardest part to balance up first and second. Oh, for anybody, let's explain that as well. People know what we talk about.
It's kind of like in chess. Like in chess, the whites have an advantage because they start first, so they have the first move, and they basically have like, I don't know, half a point of advantage in general or something like that. In card games, it's also often the case that the person who starts first gets an advantage because he gets to play his cards first. So what some cards do is that they give something to the player who plays second to balance the advantage that the player playing first is getting. So for example, in Hearthstone, you get a coin that gives you basically 1 free mana. And in other games you get different things, but yeah, it's always trying to balance the advantage of the first player by giving something to the second player.
All right, cool. Here at the order of another question, it says uniquely generated hand-drawn character in the frequently asked questions. Does it mean auto-generated to some degree?
Yeah, I think this is. I don't, because this was written a long time ago, like I think in October or November, and I know that maybe it might be a bit confusing now, so we might even change it. What we mean by hand drawn is just that we basically made all the assets. We asked artists to make all the assets. This is for the NFTs, not for the cards. The cards are like really hand drawn. Like every card is different and made by an artist. For the NFTs, the assets are made by artists, and then we just like mix them up to get the different NFTs. And the hand drawn part is just to like say like focus on the fact that each NFT is made from assets which are 100% made by an artist. We didn't buy them from some store, or we are not using something that we don't own or anything. It was really put there in a time where like there were a lot of there still are projects that come in and use things that are not made by their own artists, or they buy from somewhere, or they steal from somewhere, or stuff like that. But yeah, I think we'll have to change that now.
Okay. And yeah, I guess because the second part of the question was, if so, do you have any sneak peek? Like, and maybe do you have some sneak peeks of arts we can see you like didn't share yet, or some like visual that you might share like in the couple hours on your Discord, and we can have a preview also? Don't know if you're...
I have some sneak peeks of cards. I think that they already were shared, but not that many, not that much. So you might have never seen them because we just shared them on the Discord basically. Or let me check. Okay, so just 1 second. Okay, here we go. I see that there are some Yu-Gi-Oh players here.
Yeah.
That's cool. I played Yu-Gi-Oh like when I was very young, but then stopped. So I'm really not that good at it. I know that it evolved a lot since then.
Oh yeah, dude. Now it's a turn 1 base game. It's pretty much it's a combo game. It's like for you guys, I don't know if you play Magic, but if it's if you compare it to Magic, like turn 5 or turn 6, play Magic type of thing, with no mana restriction turn 1.
Yeah, I think this was one of the main problems, because I studied some card game design and everything to help with the game design of Ninetales, and this was one of the main things that were like a big no-nos, which are not putting some resource or mana system in your game, which is the case of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because when you do this, like you either have to put a lot of rules that prohibits people from playing very strong cards turn one, or you get something where you do combos and stuff like that, and it always ends turn one.
That's yeah.
And guys, in the audience, if you want to check, Aaron shared some sneak peeks in the thread of Ninetales, because I see not everyone stares, and those are some great arts.
Thank you. Yeah, so for the art, as I said, we have a Riot game artist who is managing a team of, I think now it's 6 artists, but we are hiring more.
Is still working for Riot or no?
Yeah, he's still working for Riot. This is why we try. I mean, let's say ex-Ubisoft, because we're still waiting for us to grow a bit larger for him to go full-time with us.
Okay.
So I try to not say this too much.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, he was at Ubisoft before, so this I can say it.
Checking if you guys have like any other questions.
I always have more.
Okay, I'll have to go in like 10 minutes, but I'm happy to
Okay,
answer
then I do one more and then I let the other people. Are you going to have a phase-based system? So it's going to be let's say main one, then battle phase, main phase 2, and end phase, or is it just going to be like let's say I don't know if you play Digimon, or I think Legends of Runeterra doesn't have a turn-based system.
It still has. It has a phase-based system. I think we have a phase-based system where basically there is a phase where you play your cards and everything, then a combat phase, then phase where you draw, a phase where things happens. Yeah, I think it just helps overall to structure the game. I don't want to go too much into details of like the different phases that we have or everything, but yeah, we do have phases basically. I feel like it just helps to structure the gameplay and make things a bit clearer, especially for people who are more casual, I would say.
All right.
Okay.
Let me check if I pass something or no. Question: how to get whitelist from Hailstorm?
Yeah, I think we gave you guys some whitelist spots to give out. I don't know if you already did the giveaway or not.
No, we generally do the IMA, then we do the
Oh, okay, great. So yeah, the easiest way, but maybe a bit expensive right now. But still, I still think that it's not too expensive compared to what we are doing. But I am the main founder, so I'm biased. Not financial advice is to buy the Genesis NFTs because they give you access. They give you a whitelist for the phase 1. And the other way is to participate in the giveaway that Atom Boy will do later, and then join our Discord and claim your whitelist in our Discord and drop by, say hi, and everything.
And any chance like some of like the listener can have a spot here also?
Yeah, we can do one. I don't know. We can do one, yeah. I don't know how. Maybe for that jokes, because he asked so many questions, right? It would be a bit unfair. He asked the most questions.
Yeah, for sure. Don't get me wrong.
So yeah, okay. Let's say if the other guys are okay with it, the attendee get whitelist. But because the way let me check. Sorry. Oh yeah. Oh, so this is what I said.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm reading the same message.
I was looking. Did I say this? Okay, so we can do 5 then. So it would be 25.
For the 5, I'm gonna run a spinning wheel with the name of everyone. Like I'm taking a screenshot right now of everyone's present in the AMA.
Sure.
and I'll do a spinning wheel, and I'll integrate those 5 names to the list we're sending you with the other 25.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that sounds awesome. And yeah, come to the Discord, say hi, chill with us. We do a lot of games. We also have people who play poker and everything. There we have almost daily poker games and also a weekly larger poker game with coins that you can get. So the coins can get you whitelist spots, some prize money also, and even an NFT from phase 1. But it's a bit expensive with the Discord coins. But if you are very good at poker and you come and play, you might just get an NFT for free. So
All right. And yeah, you said like you have to go. As a
yeah,
tradition we do here, but
sure.
that joke is already here. He leaves with one of the dad jokes he has in stocks.
Oh,
Since you're probably French. Are you French?
yeah,
How do you make French fries?
French fries.
I'm gonna get tilted
French.
because there's no French, they're Belgian fries. But go ahead.
French fries, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wait, fuck. I've mixed up the joke. 1 second. I mixed it up. I had the wrong punchline in my head. No, how do you make holy water? I want to ask. How do you make holy water? You boil
yeah.
the hell out of it.
You boil?
The hell out of it.
Oh, okay, that's really a dad joke. Someone is asking if I come from Quebec or France. So I originally come from Morocco, but I've lived in France for many years, and I also have the French citizenship. So yeah, France, Paris more specifically. I did my studies, PhD, everything in Paris. Now I'm in Switzerland, but I'm
in Switzerland as well. Let's go.
Oh, really? Which city?
Zurich.
Oh, okay, Zurich. I'm in Lausanne.
Ah, you're French part.
the French part, because I'm not. Makes sense. Yeah. So happy to have been here. Thank you for all the questions. Very specific and thorough questions. I don't get those often in the AMAs.
That's all the clan work. We have people for everything.
Yeah. Thanks. And yeah. So see you in our Discord, I hope.
Yep.
Bye.
We'll stay in touch. Goodbye, Erin. Thank you. And thank you guys for being there.
Take care, my son.